Let's start with what happened Thursday night. Please explain this one to me. San Francisco, battered with injuries. San Francisco comes back and beats the Rams 26-23 in overtime. How about the job Kyle Shanahan has done taking the refugee quarterback Mac Jones, the ex-Patriot, the ex-Tampa Bay quarterback? Mac Jones throws for 324, a couple of touchdowns at SoFi Stadium. And then you add that, they hung on despite the heroics of Matthew Stafford, who threw for 389 and 3 scores. Eddie Pinheiro was a free agent street kicker. He comes off the street, signs a contract. He kicks 4 field goals for San Francisco. The Rams fumbled at the 1 going in for a score, got stopped on a 4th down at the 12 going in for another score in the course of the game. Rams totally self-destructed in special teams, missed a field goal, missed another point after. Team should be 5-0. I assume one of those kickers is going to be a dead man probably by the middle of this week. Rams have to fix what's wrong with the kickers. Rams lose to San Francisco. What a coaching job Shanahan has done with all those injuries. Then there was Buffalo at home. Good night now. Buffalo lost to New England. What a statement win for Mike Vrabel, 23-20 on a 52-yard field goal at the end of the game. Patriots defense, 3 takeaways of Josh Allen. That was really a bit of a surprise. They also missed a field goal. They also got stopped on downs. Drake May, 273 yards passing. Stephon Diggs, who's been missing in action for a couple years. Best game as a Pat, 10 catches for 146. Josh Allen, 253, couple of TDs, but they stuffed James Cook, the running back. They made it a one-dimension game, and he couldn't get it done by himself. James Cook was held for 43 yards rushing. So that was the stunner, Buffalo losing at home. The other stunner was Philadelphia losing at home. They lost to Denver, 21-17. Bo Nix, who's getting tougher and tougher and more explosive now with all these new components around him, he throws for 242. Denver's defense had 6 sacks of Jalen Hurts. Paging Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's averaging less than 3 yards per carry. Offensive front's not playing very well. Philadelphia had a 17-3 lead at home, and Bo and the boys got the job done in that victory. Also, we'll talk about Tampa Bay. Buccaneers win a shootout in Seattle. This was crazy. 38-33. Baker Mayfield goes for 379 and 2 touchdowns. This guy's having an MVP-type statistical season. Sam Darnold did not play poorly, 341 and 4 touchdowns, but the Seahawks wound up losing the game on a long-distance field goal at the end, 38-33 in favor of Tampa Bay. Raider Nation, you lose to Indianapolis. Don't talk to me about tradition. Don't talk to me about Plunkett and Stabler and Al Davis and Art Shell and Marcus Allen. Talk to me about where you are. This is a shocker. They lose to the Colts 40-6. It is the worst start in Pete Carroll's entire coaching career. And he's coached some really bad teams in the NFL. Geno Smith has just totally unraveled. This is not the Geno Smith that Pete Carroll had in Seattle. Geno, 2 more interceptions, 4 more sacks, another blocked punt, another failure on 4th down, and Genti hardly runs the football at all. The Raiders are just a disaster. Cleveland loses, but I'll tell you, it's a feel-good story because the kid quarterback Dylan Gabriel played really, really well. Threw for 190, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers as a raw rookie. That was impressive. Over in London, they lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Quinshon Judkins, he's the running back that came from Ohio State, the same draft as Dylan Gabriel. 3rd straight big-time game. He had 110 yards rushing. So Cleveland's starting to feel a little bit better. Looks like Dylan Gabriel at this point can play in the NFL. And the last story is the eeriest story of all. Involves former USC quarterback, former New York Jet quarterback, Fox TV analyst Mark Sanchez. He got stabbed in an alley outside a hotel in downtown Indianapolis just after midnight on Saturday. He was in Indy to do the Colts-Raiders game. He was drunk. He was staggering, walked up an alley and confronted a truck driver who was just doing his job at 12:30 in the morning, picking up garbage, pulled the truck driver out of the truck and started to fight the guy. The guy was 69 years of age, just doing his job, feared for his life. Sanchez knocked him down multiple times and was pummeling him. The guy pepper sprayed him. Sanchez backed away. Guy tried to get in the truck. Sanchez went in the truck and pulled him out again, continued to pummel him. The guy pulled a knife, stabbed him 4 times in the upper torso. Sanchez is lucky he's alive. Sanchez is not lucky. He's now facing felony assault charges, like all kinds of video. There's a video that just surfaced within the hour of Sanchez staggering around, bleeding out front of the hotel. I mean, it's absolutely stunning why somebody with that kind of job, who's now into his second career, would get involved and do something like this. He's in big trouble. Obviously, needs to be an alcohol intervention for Mark Sanchez. It's an awful story. Could have been a lot worse, but the guy got stabbed because of what he did to a 69-year-old man that he attacked who was just doing his job. So, John, I know I posted a lot on your bulletin board there. Go anywhere you want here, talking NFL football and talking about Mark Sanchez.
Okay, well, the big comment here, I think, is your headline. It's the best get beaten, because we've seen all of these top teams that, were the Bills, the Eagles, the Chiefs, all these major teams that are contenders for the Super Bowl, all showing weaknesses. And then we see all these up and coming quarterbacks that kind of have a nice storyline, make us smile. Like with the Niners, Mac Jones, he did a hell of a job in his backing up Purdy. Drake May looking really good. Nice to see Bo Nix, in that Raider game. Didn't they play Indy, and Daniel Jones is going well. And then you look at Baker Mayfield, and the season he's having. Do you think the Browns fans would love to have Baker Mayfield back? He'd be better than any of those other quarterbacks they have on the roster.
Well, Baker was there, and Baker was a one-man gang, and then, there was contract issues there, and then Baker moved on, and he bounced around. He went to 2 other teams before he finally landed on Tampa on a 1-year deal. But Baker's made himself a very crafty quarterback, and he's got the guts of a burglar. He's just no fear to make plays and willing to take hits, and he's a firebrand as a leader. So it's pretty impressive what Mayfield has become as a leader. But in terms of Cleveland, and granted, it's been pretty pathetic for a long period of time. Dillon Gabriel was kind of a breath of fresh air, a little bit of sunshine. So we'll see now as he builds off this 190-yard first performance. But he was going against a pretty fierce Minnesota pass rush, and he was not intimidated. The stage was not too big for him.
Yeah, good on him. And it was interesting. I know Sooner Nation was commenting that there were 6 starting quarterbacks from Oklahoma that were in the league. You have Murray in Arizona, and then Dillon Gabriel and Caleb Williams, and we can make the list here. Baker Mayfield's on that list too. And well, go ahead.
What'd you think of the Mark Sanchez story? How sorry a story is that?
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. Now, I only have limited information, all right, but it does sound like there's more involved here than alcohol. Obviously something enraged him, and the fact that you can be triggered that much tells me that there's something more going on than just alcohol. I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know if it's something else. But I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do for a profession. You don't go out boozing the night before an important work day, which is what Mark Sanchez was doing. And it kind of follows the old adage, nothing good happens after midnight.
He's lucky he did not suffer more severe wounds. Got stabbed 4 times in the upper torso.
It's like Tommy Pham over at Pacers.
Yeah, exactly. Just a stunning story, and we have not heard the end of it. He's now, this morning, while he was being released from the hospital, he's now been charged with the first felony, and we're led to believe there's going to be more felony charges that are going to be handed out. Those are hot topics on the table. Feel free to comment from the NFL Notebook. Fans Forum chat box is open.